So whether you're a fan of the Battle Royale genre or not, you cannot, and I mean absolutely cannot, deny its popularity. Since about 2015, it has easily been the most popular game type out there from a multiplayer standpoint. And whether you go on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, Pornhub, it doesn't matter. You are always seeing clips of Warzone, Fortnite, or whatever it might be. But it's always a Battle Royale game when it comes to multiplayer games. I'm not saying that standard multiplayer games aren't still popular. I'm just saying that the Battle Royale genre in general has definitely taken over the last 6 or 7 years. And I think I'm safe in saying so. So what I wanted to do today was actually talk about the 4 Battle Royale games that are still standing in 2022. And that's what we're going to do. But before we get to that, I want to give a huge shout out to H1Z1. That is the game that took my Battle Royale virginity 7 years ago. And I still love it. Obviously, there's not many people on that game anymore for good reasons. But at the time, I think it had like a really good run for about 2 years. That is a lot of people's first Battle Royale game. And yeah, I mean, some of the features that were in that game, just like the proximity chat. And if you don't know what a proximity chat is, it's basically where if you're in close range with an opponent, you can basically talk shit. So I was on there screaming, telling them that I was smelling their mom's underwear the night before and shit like that. It was extremely toxic, and that's what I loved. You could also join like different servers, so you'd be playing on like Asian servers, swearing at Chinese people, and they'd be swearing back at you. Some of the best times in gaming. I think there's a lot of reasons why that game eventually came down, had its downfall, I should say. There was, it seemed like the developers just cared more about microtransactions than the game itself. I think we didn't get many updates, tons of glitches in the game, tons of hackers, and you know, I think we only got like one new gun in 3 years and one new map. Just not enough content updates. And I still have hope that eventually we'll see another H1Z1. I think it could still succeed in today's gaming industry. Like if we got another H1Z1 with a new engine, updated graphics, I think it could do really well. But I had to give a shout out to that game because I feel like it's the first Battle Royale game that really took off and made the game mode or the genre popular. Now, like I said, I think there's many reasons why H1Z1 eventually died. Some people think it's the combat update, some people think it's just the hacking and the bugs. And I personally think it's like a combination of many things. I think it was also just its time. A lot of people eventually will just move on to a new game, and PubG was taking off at the time. PubG had less problems at the time, and people just kind of got sick of H1Z1 and moved on to that. It's the same thing that happens nowadays with games. People just get bored and they move on to the next fucking thing. So H1Z1 in our memories for the rest of our lives. Great game, but let's move on to the big 4. Call of Duty Warzone. Where in the hell do I start with this one? So this game came out at the absolute perfect time. 2020, lockdown was just starting. Everybody was at home jerking off and playing Warzone. Nobody was working, nobody was going to school, and this shit was blowing up over the internet. So I have a love-hate relationship with this game. The first year it came out, I was so addicted to it. I felt like a teenager again, honestly. I was playing it 3 hours a night, sometimes even longer. And all I could think about at work, all I could think about all day was, you know, not my girlfriend. It was this game, and that was not healthy. But this game, I've slowly stopped loving it as much, and there's many reasons why. The first reason is the hackers. Let me just say, fuck all the hackers out there. This game is filled with it. I know it has gotten better over the past like 6 months, but there was a time period where you would literally run into a hacker every other game, like sometimes every game for some people. Whether they were wall hacking or just using aimbots, these guys are pieces of shit, and they pretty much took over the game. Raven Software has come out and, you know, said that they're going to nail down on the hackers, and I think they've done an okay job at doing so. But even today, when you hop on Warzone, you still run into a lot of hackers, so it's just not good. Another reason why I don't think this game is as popular today as it was, let's say, 8 months ago, is because of the map change. So last holiday season, they decided to get rid of the first map, Verdansk. Verdansk. Did you hear me stutter there? Holy shit. So yeah, they got rid of the first map completely, and they introduced a new map, Caldera, which takes place in World War II. And I'm not the biggest fan of the World Wars. I'm sure if you've been following my channel, you know that. And I just feel like the new map is not as good as the first one. Now, would I mind if they had both maps and you had a choice? Absolutely not. If somebody wants to play the World War II map, go ahead. If you want to play the older map, the first map, Verdansk, then you should have that option. And Raven Software has come out and said that they eventually want to add both maps, so you have a choice. And the reason they haven't done so yet is because of the hard drive space. So Warzone actually takes like 75, I think it's like 70 gigabytes to install. So if you had both maps on the hard drive, it would be like 140 gigabytes, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nobody wants to do that. But yeah, it just would be so nice to have options if you want to play the old map, if you want to play the new map. The reason why I'm not a big fan of the new map is just because I feel like every place of interest on the map kind of looks the same. It kind of just all blends in the same. The first map is just iconic. It is just never going to be duplicated. So hopefully they bring that back. Would I recommend Warzone in 2022? I still would. If you're a fan of Call of Duty or just first-person shooters in general, I still think there is a good time to be had on this game. Obviously, it is not dying whatsoever, and I don't think it ever will. But yeah, hopefully in the near future we can get back to Verdansk map, or when they release the new Call of Duty this year, I think they're going to be releasing Warzone 2 with that, and hopefully they can do a more modern setting. Fortnite, the game that I spent over $200 on. You can call me an idiot down in the comment section. I already know I am. Oh my god, I just burped and almost had an orgasm. Okay, what am I saying? Yeah, Fortnite. So in 2017, 2018, this was like the pinnacle of the Battle Royale genre. Everybody was playing this game. Drake was even on it. Different celebrities were playing it. It was all over the internet. And I'm going to be completely honest. The first year or two that this game was out, when nobody was extremely cracked at the building, it was super fun. Like, even the building part, I think I got pretty good at it at a certain point, and I think it's very skillful to be good at. It's just, you got to put a lot of time in. You got to dedicate yourself to being good at this game. You have to play it consistently, or else you're going to get shit on. There's obviously skill-based matchmaking, so if you're even half decent at the game, you're going to be playing against other players that are pretty good. And if you're not playing the game consistently, it's one of those games where, like, if you don't play it for 3 days straight and then you come on, you're going to be horrible. You're going to be awful. But yeah, the first 2 years that this game was out, the map, the memories that I had, friends that didn't even play gaming much anymore were coming back to play this game because it was just so popular. Now, if I would have made this video a year ago, I probably wouldn't have recommended this game, but in 2022, it's a different story. About a month and a half ago, Epic Games actually released a no-build mode. So I think it has given the game new life. I think a lot of streamers and big popular content creators have returned to the game, and it's just all positives from here. So if you haven't tried this game out and you've always considered it, but then you saw the building and you saw the little 2-year-olds on the game just screaming at people and building Eiffel Towers over people's head, I completely understand. But now the game is great again with the no build mode. It gives you another option. You can play the no build mode, or you can play the building mode. Let me just say, playing the no build mode myself for a few days, it is extremely fun. It feels like old Fortnite again. It feels like it's just not as crazy, not as much craziness going on, and that's what I like. So in 2022, at this point, I honestly would recommend this game, and I think you should give it a shot. Third-person shooter, really good movement, really good mechanics. Epic Games has always been great with content updates. They release a lot of new stuff, and this game is fantastic. PubG, also known as Players Unknown Battleground. Is that fucking right? I think that's right. We're just going to call it PubG, screw it. But this game came out also at the perfect time. People were starting to get sick and tired of H1Z1, and they were looking for something else to play. And here comes along PubG. And for a short period of time, maybe even like a year and a half, this game was really good. Absolutely loved the map. I loved the first person. You could switch back and forth between first person and third person. I always thought that was cool. And the gunplay felt really good. But I'm going to say this. I returned to this game about a month ago just to try it out in 2022. And it is really hard to find a match on... I wasn't actually having a hard time finding a match on console, but the game runs like absolute diarrhea on consoles, so wouldn't recommend it on there. But on PC, if you can get into a match, I still do recommend it. You can try it out, see if you like it. there's many reasons why I think this game died. I think the biggest reason is because it was not free to play. So, and another reason was Fortnite. Fortnite was taking off and it was free to play, and this game wasn't. And you know, I think they should have just made the smart decision right then and there when they saw Fortnite taking off. They should have made PubG free to play right there, and maybe it could have saved some of the player base. But yeah, this game was okay for a while. I do think it's kind of outdated now at this point. I think playing it recently, it just feels extremely outdated. It doesn't feel as smooth as some of the newer Battle Royale games like Warzone, Apex, Fortnite. But it does hold a place in gaming history. I think it was a pretty popular Battle Royale game for about a year and a half, 2 years. Next up, we got Apex Legends, which in my opinion is the best Battle Royale experience you can get in 2022. It's my personal favorite, so I'm a little bit biased. But Apex Legends, if you don't know anything about it, it is basically a character-based game, Battle Royale game, where each character has its own ability. Some characters can run faster than others. Some characters have a bubble which you can't shoot through. Some characters have a portal that you transport through. It's basically just every character has their own ability, and you have to wait for it, and it'll power up, and then every like 2 or 3 minutes you can use that ability. And it's just a lot of fun. I think they kind of stole that idea from Overwatch, but I'm sure Overwatch stole that from somebody else. But yeah, Respawn Entertainment is the developer of this game, and they're probably the best developer out there when it comes to listening to the community. They're always fixing the game, and each season that they do an update with this game, it actually feels like a new season. I'm going to throw shots at Call of Duty again. Call of Duty releases new seasons, but it honestly feels like the same shit just over and over and over and over again. Whereas Apex Legends, when you get a new season, you get a new character, you get a new map. I think this game has like 3 or 4 maps at this point that are in cycle constantly. It also has a freaking really good rank system, or sorry, like a ranked mode. Holy fuck, I just slapped my ass. Yeah, it has a really good ranked mode, so if you're into competitive gaming, then that is also another thing you can play on this game. In 2022, I think this game is still thriving from my understanding, and I have a lot of fun in this game. It doesn't seem to be in any trouble of dying or anything like that. And if you're a fan of first-person shooters, I would actually give this game a recommendation over Warzone or any of the other Battle Royale games in this video. Give this game a shot. I think you will like it, and yeah. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What is your first... Actually, do you guys even play Battle Royale games? Let me know down in the comment section. If you do, what was your first Battle Royale game? What Battle Royale games do you still play to this day? What's your favorite one? And leave a like on the video. Leave a subscription if you can. I love you. I love you, and you should love me back, so subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.